Here in our exploration of space is the edge of our observable universe. But what is the deal here? What are all these red, yellow, and blue spots that adorn the edge of what we can see?
Nitrate, NO3, that's a polyatomic ion. It's an ion composed of many atoms. Now there's a 1 in front of nitrogen. If you multiply 1 times 2...
This goo has been bubbling up since around 50,000 years before our time, the byproduct of intense heat acting on layers of shale deep under Los Angeles. Shale that was...
Convert hours to minutes. There's 60 minutes in an hour, and there's 60 seconds in a minute. In fact, the melting point of the alkali metals decreases as you go down the group. Alkali metals have a much lower melting point compared to other metals. The melting point of cesium...
In it, the line segment connecting those 2 points completely lies in this shape. Let's do a quick test of understanding.
World would move at a breakneck speed. According to NASA, the planet gets approximately the same amount of sunlight that Venus does in our solar system, since the star it circles is smaller and colder. The exoplanet was identified by
type of validity. You could actually take it back in time. You could eliminate its memory and have it go over again. I mean, it has a different kind of...
Astronomers can understand just what Webb is really capable of and use that information to plan out future observations. So on the one hand, this result provides important insights into the composition and...
My Bloom filter, it never forgets. Now let's see how it is used. Many NoSQL databases use Bloom filters to reduce the disk reads for keys that don't exist.
That make up you. And then there's dark matter. We know that there's some source of gravity out there in the universe not caused by the particles of the standard model. We see its effect in the way...
Dwarf the churn timescale of civilization itself. Faster than light, or FTL, communication could clearly come to the rescue here, especially if it were answerable, which is...
In paleontology, this is likely to apply to fossilized bones or soft tissue, which can be morphologically analyzed to describe their exact forms. Osteology is sort of similar to this, as it's the...
Topics are pretty epic, including 5G and 6G tech, electric and autonomous vehicle advances, quantum technology, digital twins, and AI.
And what's crazy is Keysight World Innovate is a free 4-day...
Near the Sun's surface. The most oversized flares have been observed producing flares 100 times more intense than those made by our own Sun.
While the chip wars rage on, we wanted to find out what's really going on inside the quiet company making the machines that print them all.
This is the optical part of the machine that makes EUV possible.
Or inability to recharge itself autonomously. But the idea of using robots for example, dangerous rescue missions, or for some kind of a hazardous area where humans or really anything cannot actually function.
It's something called a white dwarf. So that's the ultimate fate of the sun. It's a star that's burnt out all its fuel and is just sitting there in space, gradually fading away. But it's a white dwarf.
Vinny. So I'll be totally honest here. As a web developer, needing to know algorithms and data structures, the need for it is not as high as if you're a back-end developer. If you're not...
My dad, to his credit, really developed that, but I don't think he understood where that was going to take me, a lifelong passion and addiction.
So when I think of hunting, I think of like predator and prey. Of the Milky Way galaxy. The tarantula gets its nickname from its spider-like appearance, and it's a very giant spider indeed. At nearly 1,900 light-years across.
Así que, ¿de qué se trata? ¿Cuál es la fuerza que los impulsa a moverse de esta manera? Técnicamente, no estaría mal decir que la respuesta es James, nuestro...